Thanks a lot, Sarah. Well, since the president's taken office, as you know, two Republican senators, Senator Corker of Tennessee and Senator Flake of Arizona, have both announced they're not running for re-election. In your view, is the president remaking the Republican Party? And if he's doing that, is he remaking it in a positive way?
I wouldn't say necessarily he's remaking it, because you have a couple of individuals that are no longer running for office. Look, he's got a great relationship with a number of Republican senators. He's going to continue working with them and make sure that we get things done for the American people. He wants people to be in the Senate that are committed to actually moving the ball down the field, and I don't think these two individuals necessarily have been as focused on that. The president wants to get things done, and that's what we're going to work through the fall. John?
So I understand that neither of these two senators we're talking about now have been allies, to say the least, of the president. But this has been an extraordinary series of attacks on the president from major figures in the Republican Party, and not typical political attacks. I mean, saying that the president is responsible for the debasement of the nation, that a breakdown of civility is the fault of the president, and that enough is enough. We've seen similar remarks from John McCain, the party's former nominee. In any of this, does any of this make the president pause and wonder if he is doing anything wrong, that he bears any responsibility for what these senators are saying is a breakdown of civility in our country?
Look, I think the voters of these individual senator states are speaking in pretty loud volumes. I think that they were not likely to be reelected, and I think that shows that the support is more behind this president than it is those two individuals.
Why is there so little? Why is there so little pushback from other Republican senators on this? I mean, Mitch McConnell is the Republican leader. Bob Corker is still a committee chairman. Should there
Look,
be?
Leader McConnell stood with the president just last week here at the White House and talked about how they were working together, how they were getting things done, how they were focused on actually moving the agenda forward. And so I think that's a pretty clear indication of where his support lies and what we're working to do.
If I could just pick up on what John was talking about. One of the criticisms from Senator Corker today was the idea that history will most remember President Trump for debasing the country. And you could hear in Senator Flake's remarks the idea that he seemed to be writing it for history. How do you think history will view not only the remarks of the two senators today, but also former President Bush last week?
I certainly think history is going to look at this president as somebody who helped defeat ISIS, who built an economy that was stronger than it's been in several decades, who brought unemployment to a 16-year low, who's created over 1.7 million jobs since being elected. I think those are the things that people actually care about, not some petty comments from Senator Corker and Senator Flake. And I think they're a lot more concerned about the big policy initiatives that this president is driving, including historic tax cuts, which we're going to get done by the end of this year, and then start focusing on some other things. Those are the things this president will be remembered by, and I think those are pretty good, certainly good facts, and ones that we're happy to stand on. Peter?
Thank you, Sarah. The president at lunch today asked senators for their a show of hands on two candidates for Fed chair, Jerome Powell and John Taylor. Does this mean that Powell and Taylor are the president's favorites for the Fed chairmanship, and what would he ask input from the Senate on this?
Those are certainly individuals that he's looking at, and as we've said, we don't have any announcements on that at this time, but the president is taking that decision extremely seriously, and he's being very thorough in the process, and he'll have an announcement on it soon.
Sarah, are you concerned, is the White House concerned at all that these conflicts, which keep escalating, could impact the president's agenda? I mean, specifically, could, for example, Senator Corker, if the president continues to, lash out at him like this, could that prompt him to, do things that can be detrimental to the tax cut?
I would hope that Senator Corker is more focused on getting things done in his final months. And so we hope that he'll be very supportive of the tax cuts and tax reforms that the people in his state have demanded and, frankly, elected him to go to Congress and help do.